Hey, my name's Ayers. I'm 25. I grew up in a pretty good household. Both my mom and my dad took us to church when my sister and I were younger. Got to know about Jesus and who he was. Got to hear Bible stories and stuff. But later on, when I grew up, especially in high school, nobody would have been able to tell that God was a part of my life. I started hanging out with the wrong crowd. Started being influenced by people who didn't really have any direction in their life, and started making bad choices, started smoking pot. And I remember everything kind of came to a head when I was about 17 years old. I was in a pretty bad car accident, and they started prescribing a lot of pain medicine. I really started liking that, and started just learning to settle for less. And long story short, started a 5-year heroin addiction. I started to believe that that's how it was always going to be. I was always going to be an addict. I was always going to be hopeless. So I made the decision to call Teen Challenge. I came in. I'd been to a lot of other programs. I remember they didn't ask how much money I had or what kind of insurance I had, just if I was willing to change. And of course, I was willing. I wanted to change. I wanted hope. I wanted a new life. And I remember coming in, and it was a different kind of program, And at first, I wasn't too sure about it, thinking I don't know if this is for me. But before thinking about leaving, I remember thinking, I tried everything else and nothing worked. So now I've completed Teen Challenger, the 1-year program, and right now I started doing an internship, which is one of the last phases of the program where you actually give back, help a lot of the students when they first come in, and kind of teach them what I've learned when I came in. Right now I'm planning on, once I leave, having a successful Christian life, just applying the tools that you learn in Teen Challenge, also being active in some sort of ministry, because that's what I've learned is when you're actually helping others and doing some sort of ministry, that's when God feeds me. Like I said, now I have a hope and a future, and, which is kind of the verse I stand on, is Jeremiah 29:11. It says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans for you to prosper and not to harm you, but to give you a hope and a future." And ever since I put my trust in God's promises, ever since, He's never let me down.